This is Ted from Alexandra Hospital, and you're watching Fusion TV.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fusion TV, the show where we take an inside look at the exciting things happening in our community and right here at the Fusion Youth Center. My name is Taylor, and in this episode of Fusion TV is going to be a little different. We're going to be following a mock disaster that took place at the Brownsville Community Center earlier this summer. A mock disaster is a training situation for police, paramedics, and MedQuest students. The way it works is a disaster is staged by actors who pretend to be in a real crisis situation, and then police, firefighters, and paramedics respond to it just like they would if it was real. As you watch this exciting event unfold, please remember that this is not a real disaster, and that the people involved are just actors. It may look like there are injuries or that people are hurt or in danger, but remember that this is just a training exercise, and the people involved were never in any real danger. With that, let's begin our mock disaster. It began as just another day at Brownsville Public School, when suddenly two armed men entered the building. The students and one teacher were held hostage. Three students and an injured teacher managed to escape and called 911.
911 operator, what's your emergency?
They're shooting at us!
Okay, you need to calm down. You need to tell me where you are.
Brownsville Public School, hurry!
Okay, Brownsville Public School. I have officers on their way. Is anybody hurt?
There are people shot inside. I got out. Please hurry, I got out. There's people that are hurt.
Okay, stay calm. Officers on their way. At this point, we're going to be having officers rolling pretty quickly. Any officers that are going to be available are going to be attending to the scene.
The OPP True tactical team was first on the scene.
We're also going to instruct the person via 911 if they can describe the injuries. We're going to be having ambulance rolling as well.
Paramedics attended to the wounded.
Here to support the police. We're asking them what they have, how long do they think they're going to be there.
Sir? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep. Okay. Obviously, we want to be safe, and they're the experts in that, and they're going to be saying, hey, we wouldn't be this close at all. We'd be a couple blocks down the road because that's where they'd want us to stay out of the way. And then, but we want good communication with them because obviously if someone else is hurt or one of the officers are hurt, they want us in there quick to help and then transport to the hospital.
I want to talk to somebody else! Do this no more! Who wants to die today? You guys want to die today? Told you guys I've had enough of this.
The lead hostage taker is becoming more impatient as the tactical team sets up a mobile command center.
Obviously, this is going to be a very intensive, resource-intensive sort of operation, correct? So, from a police point of view, we will find an area, we will set up, we'll create a command post, we'll have all of the team leaders or the people who are in charge from the different units like EMS, fire, police. From a police perspective, besides our emergency response team and our tactics and rescue unit, we would have criminal investigators, we would have negotiators. There'd be all sorts of different resources that we would bring to take care of all the different components of this, because it just, aside from the rescue and the arrest that has to take place quickly, there's going to be an entire investigation that goes on because people have been shot. There's criminal investigation. There'll be a whole lot of questions to be answered in terms of, why this happened and how this happened. So a very, very large police component in that respect. All I'm going to speak to you about at this point really is the emergency response perspective of the Tactics and Rescue Unit, which is my unit. So knowing what we have here and having received all the intelligence and information that we can, we want to coordinate the rescues, which you've already seen, and then we have to coordinate the rescue and the apprehension of the people that are inside.
Police officers place a mobile phone inside the building so that they can communicate with the hostage taker.
Dave, can you hear me in there? The Ontario Provincial Police. We just put a phone inside and I want to talk to you. Okay, I can hear you, Dave. I want you to go towards the phone and pick up the phone. What's going on inside the hall right now, Dave? Okay, well, what's wrong? You're going to leave all your guns inside, okay? I want you to come outside with your hands up. The only concern I have right now is your well-being, okay? You have to trust me on that. I don't want to hurt you. The other officers here don't want to hurt you. So to ensure that happens, I need for you to come out without any weapons. Do you understand that?
After an intense negotiation, the culprit emerges from the school.
Hey! It's the OPP! Walk towards the sound of my voice! I can see you there, you're compliant, keep walking my way. Keep walking, get your hands high. Hands high.
Your hands are empty.
Keep walking,
Walk this
Dave.
route.
You're doing good.
Listen to the commands that
Keep
you're
walking
given.
towards me. I want you to stop right there, Dave. All right, I want you to turn around on the spot. Keep your hands high. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning around. Keep turning. Keep your hands high. Keep turning. Stop right there. Put your hands on the back of your head and walk backwards towards the sound of my voice. Keep coming back. Keep coming back, Dave. You're doing awesome. Stay on the sidewalk. Keep coming back. Keep coming back, Dave. You need to stop. I want you to turn to your left. Now start walking backwards. Keep coming back. Keep coming back, Dave. Doing good. Stop right there. Get down on your knees. Cross your legs at the back. Put your hands behind your back. Stretch them right out behind your back. Don't make any movements like that, Dave.
So here at this point now they're going to handcuff him, they'll search him, they'll probably have a couple quick questions for him. They're going to take him out of there and he's going to get handed off to the crime unit, who's now going to process him.
It has a camera that's built into it, so we can send it in to clear an area before we send ourselves in, just for safety. It's looking for persons, it's looking for explosive devices that might be left behind, anything that might pose harm to us before we commit people going into the building. We can do a quick check with the cameras just to ensure that the area is as safe as possible before we send our people in. Oh, I got a guy moving. Straight out this door.
OPP officers escort the students safely out of the building.
Shotguns there.
10-4 True's exiting the building. Safe for fire.
A fire breaks out inside the school. Firefighters move in quickly to extinguish the flames.
These units here are very neat because what happens with these are they actually will not burn. They will melt, but they will not burn. They will protect us from some unbelievable temperatures in there. You already know the old thing, you know, you drop, drop, and roll. But if you're ever in a situation where there's smoke, you go to an area where there is not smoke, you get to a window, you get to a door and get out. You stay low when you're crawling through the smoke to protect yourselves, okay?
One of the students has sustained serious injuries, and paramedics work hard to revive her.
This patient here has come out. The patient was conscious when they walked out, but's had a bullet wound to the head. They've assessed the patient. The patient's gone unconscious. The True Team medic, Steve there, has intubated the patient to assist the team. And then now they're going to transport the patient over to the hospital.
So the patient's been intubated. The hospital's been pre-alerted. So their heart's not pumping. So we're doing CPR for that and breathing for them.
Her mother is in a state of panic.
Nada! Nada! Nada's my daughter. I heard she was hurt. Oh my God! Oh my God! No! Nada! Not Nada's mom! Oh my God! Is she gonna be okay? Honey! Honey! Wake up! Oh my God! What happened to her?
Identify light stress.
We have a shockable rhythm. We're gonna continue CPR.
This is a hospital resource, so it normally wouldn't be out here. So it makes a great party tent. Okay, this is what we call a CBRNE tent. And CBRNE is another aspect of disaster management. It stands for chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosive. And those are the threats. What this tent is, it's a decontamination tent. Okay, and the threat with those types of issues added on to injuries like we just saw in the field is that if these patients are contaminated with things and come into the hospital, they can contaminate not only the staff but the environment, and you lose the hospital. Hospital has to be shut down to be contaminated. Okay, so ideally decontamination takes place at the scene, but in large volumes. Sometimes they arrive at the hospital or they need further decontamination. That's what this tent is for. So it can be set up with a trained crew in about 20 to 30 minutes. It has its own light, its own heat, and we just plug into the local water supply. Some patients, if it's a liquid and they've been splashed with it, they need what we call wet decon. That's actually what this tent is designed for. Okay? So they're considered dirty on that side, and when they go out the other side, they're considered clean, so they can go directly from the other side of the tent to treatment, which ideally would be the emergency room. So that end you want to have close to the emergency room.
Stay tuned because there's more to come on this episode of Fusion TV. Welcome back to Fusion TV and our inside look at the Brownsville mock disaster. It takes the hard work of many volunteers to make this special event happen every year. Let's take a look behind the scenes and meet some of the people who helped make the mock disaster a successful training opportunity.
So just so you know, they're all actors that are playing some of the roles, but we do have a police officer that's going to be playing the bad guy, just for security's sake.
Hold it like this. Right? My arm, right? Okay.
I need you to hold it like that, and I need you to blow on it for a little while. It's going to help the glue dry.
Some of the students have communicated that it felt very realistic and that they liked the program being narrated so that they knew what was going on even if they couldn't visualize what was happening in the high school.
They get 2 great job shadow opportunities with the local health care here that's set up through our medical students, and we're very fortunate that we have such a great partnership here in Oxford and Elgin. Yeah. It's very impactful for them. They get to see firsthand the emergency services in their home community, and I think many of them find it very impactful. And I'm happy to say that through our MedQuest Healthcare Exploration Program, we have some paramedics as a result of these really dynamic situations that we have the opportunity to be involved in.
The students were able to visualize the role of our OPP, our community OPP, the role of the TRUE tactical team, as well as the role of the fire department, emergency room nurses, and EMS as well, and how communication is so critical.
Well, certainly today, the only thing that I would say that we were probably looking at that wasn't realistic was the time factors. A lot of these situations, especially when we introduce a hostage situation, we're going to be looking at having a lot of patience. And these things could take hours and hours, days for a hostage situation to have a resolution, be that a positive or a negative resolution. Today, certainly he gave up, and then we had the fire situation that happened. But realistically, the first officers on the scene are going to be your eyes and ears on the ground, and they're going to be the ones that are assessing it and saying, okay, we need to know the answer to questions 2, 3, and 4 before we even think to ask them. So we would work in conjunction with our dispatchers and our supervisors on the scene, and then make that determination after we entered the building what our next plan is. So then we would set up a mobile command unit, and then we would go into a situation where we'd say, okay, this is going to take more resources than what we have on the scene now. We need to call in tactical rescue unit. We need to have them assist us on the ground as well. So this could be a situation that could go on for a length of time. But realistic-wise, I mean, you saw what happened here today. It's about as realistic in Canada as you're going to get.
Yes, it's always an success when we can get out and be with young kids that are learning about hospital and medical and police and fire emergency response stuff, and talk to them and let them see what we do, because a lot of times people don't see us, especially the paramedics, because we're on scene and off scene pretty quick. We don't hang around by the time news crews come around.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Fusion TV.
Welcome back to Fusion TV. Did you know that the Fusion Youth Center has a radio broadcasting program where youth can learn real broadcasting skills in our very own radio booth? Every month, the youth get to do their own radio show or be a DJ and play their favorite music as they learn from our friendly staff in a facility that is set up just like a real radio station. Here's Fusion's Michael Brown to tell us more.
Alright, next up we got Fallout by Marianas Trench, and following that we got Glad You Came by The Wanted.
Hi, my name is Michael Brown. I'm program staff here at the Fusion Youth Center, and specifically, I'm teaching some folks about radio. We have a pretty neat radio studio here at the center, and kids can get in and try their hand at radio, try different processes and so on, and I'm there to sort of lend a guiding hand. A little bit about me. I've done radio for about 17 years total. Started out in commercial radio in the Ottawa area, and also did CBC stuff. Most recently, I was the program director at the University of Western Ontario radio station, CHRW. So yeah, lots of experience with radio and different formats. I love radio. I think it's a very exciting medium to be involved with. Even as things go really digital and really video and really internet, there's still something, to me, magical about radio. So very excited to bring that to the youth at the Fusion Center here.
I'm moving to Denver, and that is a really nice place. They have some nice houses up there. And I actually am joining a radio program there too, so we'll both be doing it kind of solo, yeah.
All right.
So you're involved with Fusion Radio. You're pretty new to this. How's it been so far?
Okay, we've only done a few practice runs, so we haven't been broadcasting. But
Why were you so interested in Fusion Radio? You've been pretty keen.
I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I've always wanted to go on air and do something fun, and just play music, be a DJ. And my dad was a DJ, so I kind of wanted to do that too.
Cool. So your dad was a DJ. So were you sort of like into it when you were a kid as well?
Yeah, I kind of played music a lot, and I always we had parties and I DJ'd for the parties. We didn't actually, but just YouTube.
It's a fun thing to do. I'm enjoying myself. You know, going on the radio, I'm not nervous at all. If you have a heart for it, I guess, then you might as well go ahead and do it. I guess this is gonna be fun things. I guess we're gonna do with it.
Nate, okay, so do you have a DJ name that you use on Fusion Radio?
Soaps. This is Soaps here, and I'm with
DJ Sizzle.
You also have a DJ name here on Fusion Radio. What's the origin of your DJ name?
DJ Sizzles. I just came up with it. It popped in my head and I liked it. It sounds cool. So yeah, DJ Sizzles. That's how I roll, I guess.
I've taught a lot of folks about learning about radio, about the techniques and about the legalities and so on. So bringing that to Fusion is very exciting. So what's the best part for you about Fusion Radio?
Being spontaneous and just saying talking to kids about stuff and playing music.
Now, in terms of what people can expect doing radio here at Fusion, I take you through all the steps. I treat this like a real radio station, even though we're just broadcasting within the building. So that means we talk about the broadcast laws, what you can and can't say on the radio, what you can play in terms of songs, what you can talk about, those types of things. Give the youth some lessons in that, as well as we focus on a lot of the technical stuff. For a lot of folks, when they come into the radio studio, it's like nothing they've ever seen before. So getting them comfortable with the equipment and the computers that we use and the recording and so on, that's a big part of what we do. And then as people get comfortable, we get them doing mock radio shows, kind of practice ones. We saw Nico and Justin doing one, and other youth have done them as well. And so they get to a point where they're comfortable and they can do the shows on their own. And so that's a lot of work, and there's a lot of planning. There's a lot of research that needs to go into that. There's a lot of practice that needs to happen with a radio show. So the idea is that once we have enough youth, and it's increasing all the time, is to have recorded shows and live shows as well, and we can hopefully fill an hour or two each day that Fusion is open during the week. So we need more people to do that, so this is kind of a call to the youth to get involved as well. It doesn't take a lot of time. I'm not requesting a lot of you. I will put you through some training and get you on the air pretty quickly. If on the air is not so much your thing, you're interested in radio but you don't really want to do a show, there's other stuff you can do. For example, you can work behind the scenes, you can voice commercials or write commercials, you can do some technical duties, you can go out and do interviews with other youth, you can do promotions for Radio Fusion, putting up posters, those types of things, doing stuff in the community of Ingersoll and the surrounding area. So there's lots to do at Fusion Radio that is not necessarily doing a show. I get asked a lot, what kind of show can I do? Some people do pop music, some people do rock and roll. I've had some requests for people doing country, so that's going to be coming soon, as well as talk shows, doing a lot of interviews, that kind of thing. Basically everything that you hear on a regular radio station, you can also do on Fusion Radio too. So the nice thing here is that because we're broadcasting into the building and hopefully to the internet at some point, it's a good place to sort of try some things, to play around, maybe make a mistake or two if that's the case, and it's not going to be broadcast to a gigantic audience that puts a lot of pressure on that. It's a good place to play and have some good times with radio.
Don't turn that dial, if there is a dial, because we'll be right back.
That's all for this episode of Fusion TV. Be sure to tune in next time, and to find out more about the exciting things happening at the Fusion Youth Center, visit our website, fusionyouthcenter.ca. On behalf of the youth and staff of the Fusion Youth Center, thanks for watching Fusion TV.